Altcoins are finally pumping yet again. It's a cause to pop the champagne. Tell the boss, you know what? Actually, screw you. I'm going to be quitting here soon because the bull run is about to come back on. Now, if you've said those words or you've thought anything along those same lines, I've got news for you. Chances are you are in some serious danger. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. I'm truly talking to anyone right now that has looked at the market today and thought to yourself, what can I FOMO buy? What top 10 altcoins are my favorite YouTubers talking about? Because I don't want to miss out. Unfortunately, you, my friend, are an emotional investor. And I've got this video today to help you overcome this dreadful, dreadful thought process. Because this is 100% the way you will not make money this bull run, just like the statistic that 95% of people will just simply not, and about 4 or so percent of people will just break even. Yes, less than 1% of people actually make any sort of life-changing wealth, because again, those are the people who do not get caught up in this magical fairy tale ride now of over-optimism. I want to talk more about it. Before I do, though, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, guys. I keep it no BS here. I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. It's great to be optimistic. It's great to feel good on the green days. We've all been down for quite a while now, okay? But that doesn't mean there's not going to be a storm tomorrow. When in doubt, zoom out. And when you zoom out, you quickly realize the next few months here might be dangerous, might be scary. As many of us buying altcoins over the last 2 years have realized, if we actually didn't buy any altcoins over the last 2 years, we would have a better entry right now. So stop looking day to day. Start looking in the next week, month, or 2 months. If you were panicking yesterday about altcoins not moving, but today, when the market's up a little bit, you're again looking for what altcoins to buy because you've got FOMO, then you have a serious problem I'm going to address in just a moment. We have had some good news, and this is part of the reason why crypto and the stock market have begun pumping, okay? First of all, Crypto.com has partnered with Trump Media to bring on some more ETFs, okay, like a basket of cryptocurrencies here, including Crow itself, the Crypto.com token. That's fantastic. Also, we've got Trump looking to possibly be a little less harsh on the tariffs in which he's going to address here on April the 2nd. This is some good stuff. This is why the S&P is up now 75 points. So good stuff. And why you're seeing now, if you type in the words crypto on YouTube, a whole bunch of green thumbnails, everyone's super, super excited. And I must say, us YouTubers, you got to understand things, guys. As a consumer yourself watching these videos, I'm going to keep it 100% real with you here, okay? We have to get views, to get attention, to put food on the table, okay, which comes in the form of views, we have to be hyperbolic with the headlines of that day. Okay, you just have to be. If not, you don't get views, you don't put food on the table. So understand that and make sure when you watch these videos that are seemingly bullish or bearish, you digest the information and come up with that yourself. Because if you just scan through crypto YouTube, you pretty much get the idea that everyone's starting, buying right now. Okay, please cut through the noise because the macro market is just not favorable right now. We've got some turbulent times to still go through. You may buy today out of FOMO, and in 1 month's time, you could be 20% down on the position you buy today just simply because you got a little bit excited. Now, if you're someone who swing trades, of course, and do what you want, I don't really care. As a matter of fact, this is not financial advice, so I don't care regardless. But what I'm trying to say is stop thinking in terms of today, tomorrow, the following day, and just think in terms of the next month or two. Again, we do have some more turbulent times likely, not guaranteed, but likely ahead of us. One major factor is people looking at the global liquidity cycle and saying, well, hey, global liquidity is going up. As I also pointed out back on March 15th here, I've been talking about this for quite a while, but March 15th, I made a video actually giving the date of March 24th, which was today, technically, for you guys in the US, and also a second date here, which was April 21st. Because the thing is, no one knows for certain what sort of lead the global liquidity cycle, the global M2, is in front of Bitcoin. And the reason why this is important is because this looks great. This is global M2 in green here. Okay, it fits a nice 72-day lead. And we're noticing a nice little bounce here, which kind of follows the bottom in global liquidity. The only problem is we also have actually, mathematically, by the way, a much more accurate fit here with a 107-day shift or 107-day lead, which means that this could likely be this fake out in which we could go lower. Now, how far away could that possible true bottom be? Well, that's around, again, April 21st, give or take. So another full month away from this current point. So getting ahead of yourself and FOMO buying right now because one particular indicator looks good on Bitcoin is a little dangerous and I think too premature, especially when you consider the fact that buying altcoins is different to buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin will definitely bring in old money, money that, like you and I, have been lingering around crypto now for a while. We're interested in the space. We want to make some money. But for true new money to come in, for actual alt season to happen, which comes around once every 4 years at this rate anyway, might be a bit longer than 4 years now, we have to have this going up, which is, of course, consumer confidence. This is the United States Purchasing Managers Index, or ISM's PMI score, as it's called. Raul Paul brought this to our attention here, and I've loved looking into it. Basically, if the economy is booming, if people are spending money, this score will go above an index score of 50. 50 is average. Beneath it is bad. It's contraction. Above it, again, is expansion. People are spending in the economy, and right now, this thing is testing that 50 index score. When this starts breaking out, we have lower interest rates. People can, lend or encouraged to lend and also borrow more and all the rest of it. Once the economy is spurring up again and we're dovish, that is when we'll likely see an actual alt season come in. Right now, it's just noise. As far as I'm concerned, this is just the pumps and the corrections we've seen time and time again in the crypto space. It is just a way in which they've convinced you over the course of time to buy when they are selling. If you're an emotional investor, ask yourself again, over the last few months, have you been in a state of, I need to sell when I'm break even again? And now when you see a day like this, you think, I got to FOMO back in again. I got to buy. I'm really, really happy. Because you, my friend, are in the exact same opposite scenario at the very top of when the bull run happens. When these prices are up 300% in a week sometimes, when are you going to sell? Okay? You're not going to want to sell. You're going to want more and more and more because you have greed. Let me just remind you guys, on the 1 month time frame, these coins are still substantially down after the pump today. They are all still down 30, 40%. So yes, let me remind you, okay? Missing out on a short-term pump today, even if this is the actual breakout moment, even if, which again, I don't think it is, as you'll soon see, then you may still be buying a fantastic dip versus the last month, versus the last 12 months even. Okay, so don't let people convince you. Don't let, unfortunately, I have to say this, us YouTubers at face value make you drop your life savings in again because things have turned green for a single day. I know a lot of you guys are buying the highs. It's just human nature. So this was a prime example here of Render in the last cycle. Render went up about a 20x or 15x, up tiered to a high of about $2.60. Okay, from this point back over here, all right, this line over here. Now, when it fell down 86%, people back then saying, you know what, when I'm break even on my investment again, I'm just going to sell out. And this is what's happening right now. You guys have been saying this, when I'm break even, I'm going to get out of all my positions and call it a day. Let's just call it portfolio wide, but let's use Render for the example here. Well, then, of course, we have like almost a 5x here in Render. It comes back up, but you're not thinking that because you just 4x, like I say here. You're all happy, everything's all great and good. Even along the way here, you're happy, you're sad, you're happy, you're sad, you're an emotional investor. You are tied to the coin's price with your emotions, as simple as I can put it. Now, what happens if the market goes down again? All right, let's say, for example, today, all right, you're up 20, 30%. Maybe you're not break even again, but you're really, really happy. Okay, let's say what happens with price comes back down again. Okay, this may happen over 45% drop. This may be a 30 or 20% drop, but either way, we come back down again, which is almost likely. Well, of course, you're going to say, never mind, I'm going to sell my entire position because you know what? I made the mistake before. I wrote it up. It's back down again. I'm just going to sell. So you actually sell, but then you FOMO buy back in again when the coin starts pumping and breaking highs again because you know why? Again, I have to repeat myself. You're an emotional investor. That's why I bring you guys charts like this that actually goes over the exact strategy whales use. When I say whales, I mean market makers, I mean Coinbase, Binance, like these exchanges that are trying to max extract value from you to eventually make you capitulate and sell. And you usually end up buying when they sell. Okay, just think about it logically for a second here. That's all I'm asking for you. I'm making this because I want you to succeed, not because I like hearing myself rant on YouTube acting like a fool. I'm saying this because I want you guys to actually make something of this cycle, and I've been here myself. I'm almost talking to myself. Okay, the game is simple. I've shared this with you guys before. Okay, how can they make us retail pretty much give them money? And the way they do this is by drawing things out. Yes, they fluctuate Bitcoin's price and therefore altcoins will follow accordingly. But they do it by drawing things out here, okay? We've been moving sideways, essentially nothing but down almost for about 112 days. Actually, my bad, this was before. It's been about 130 days, so a fair few months, okay? 4 or 5 months now. And again, 200 days back here. It was 200 days again back here, while moving us down, like within reason here, about 10 to 15%. So what's happening here? Well, as you can see with these green arrows, these are all fake outs that they do. They pump and they bring it back down again. And these can last months. You can see this actually lasted 30 days, so a whole month. This one lasted 60 days, so 2 months. Okay, it can be a few weeks, whatever. I'm not saying that things are definitely, skewed. We have the pure multiple score here showing great signs. The 200s above the 1 year. MVRV's in the right place to begin going higher again. Bitcoin is on the MVRV oversold. Okay, so we have a lot of things that are proving here to be quite good. And again, the tariffs might be that final bang moment in April, or early April, where we actually do go up. But again, things can change on a dime. That storm is coming. We just don't know for certain how hard that storm is going to hit. That's all I can say. Now, having a look at actual alt season, because I'm guessing that's the reason why you're buying alts. It's for alt season. Unless you're not, in that case, you're probably buying Bitcoin. Okay, so alt season has no signs of starting just yet. We have to have complete consumer confidence for that to actually start. And right now, we don't have consumer confidence because consumers are worried tariffs are inflationary, meaning they're going to have to spend more on basic necessities. Things have to settle, first of all, for consumers to want to spend money on digital fake monopoly money. Essentially what it is, right? It's essentially gambling. So we begin to see this downtrend we've experienced here over the last few years. Okay, Bitcoin season, the same thing happened back here in the last cycle as well. Eventually, alts broke out of this trend, which was obviously the start of something much larger, which was alt season here. Again, let me remind you guys, don't let people tell you otherwise. Alt season does not start until we have this massive rally against Bitcoin, which usually comes around once every 4 years. Now, I want to zoom in a little closer here and have a look at the relationship with altcoins, excluding Ethereum, with Bitcoin, which is this chart. And you can kind of see alt season clearly is when Bitcoin really heavily recoils here in terms of it gains strength against alts before finally allowing alts to sort of break above and really gain dominance over Bitcoin. Okay, and you can actually see this pattern in red here playing out like it did back in this blue section, where again we kind of like broke out of this sort of trend. The candles are very similar, very eerily similar to what happened back then. Okay, I might even show you guys the actual patterns. Okay, so this right here is back in 2020/2021. All right, and if we actually zoom in here more and take this fractal, it's in green here, to where we are right now, okay, it looks very, very eerily similar. So what does this mean? Well, this essentially means that we may have another 12 more months before Bitcoin, or not 12 months, really about 8 months or so. Let's be exact here, all right? About 8 months, give or take. If this plays out the same, where we see alts gain a little bit of strength back, and then, of course, Bitcoin recoils down again before alt season happens. Just understand, when you're buying altcoins today, based entirely on the fact that you feel like you're missing out on something that's probably playing out here, one is that alt season is not looking like it's starting. Bitcoin's dominance now is still at cycle highs, and you also have potentially that storm coming with the macro uncertainty. And considering we are lengthening in our cycles, we may be around 8 months away from having this sort of start. I mean, things could be different. I mean, like, look, guys, I'm not sitting here saying that things will play out exactly as I'm explaining them to be. Maybe this truly has been the bottom for alts. I mean, most of them are at range lows. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is, chances are, statistically, it's not. And I just see too many people being emotional investors, which means that, again, you panic sell the bottoms, and you FOMO buy the tops. And that just has to happen for that less than 1% of people to make their many millions and billions. So cut out the noise, look at the macro, and call it a day. It's another day in the office. You should buy when it's red, no financial advice. And as they say, sell when it's green. I will talk to you guys soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.